Is that my relation? In the bottom right hand corner. Because I want to know how related. Welcome back to part 2, losers. We're back. Oh, interactable objects. So this is very similar to the Wrath of the Righteous game, where you can kind of
lay claim to the stars.
A massive conference table crafted from real wood. Well, there you go. That tells you it's a real gem in the cap. This this ship, it's got real wood in it. So all these people, this looks like they're praying to a shrine. Oh, look at this. You hear the stuttering words of a prayer of the God Emperor. Good, as it should be. Let's go, Cumrag. Oh, I look so good. Don't tell me.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms.
Oh, wow.
Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Is this the trophy room? You just keep a random tank. Okay. Well, I say like I wouldn't want to keep a random tank in my room.
Happening?
Oh shit, okay.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Oh, come on, dude. Put more of a fight than that. I know I don't pay you, but... come on. So servitors are, much like that servo skull that I pointed to. You've been ambushed, the battle begins. They are... oh shit, wrong button. Now what they are effectively human beings that have been lobotomized and sort of programmed to do basic tasks. In this case, it's murdering crew, but that's, I assure you, is not its original design. Now some of these people are either... they're generally people that have done something wrong to end up, because it's not particularly the greatest fate. Now, if I remember from before, there you go. Look at me go. And is that my turn? Yes. Nice work. All right, these two, they're getting straight down to the bloody engine deck. They're in the trophy room too long. But hopefully these aren't like named characters that are just dying. Are you gonna do anything besides point? Okay. We're just gonna keep popping. But usually the servitors are taken from criminals, where it'll be like, look, do you want to die or do you want to become a servitor? And most will die. They would elect to die rather than be stuck in a perpetual servitude. You know, drooling, barely conscious, but sort of seemingly there. Like, it's not the nicest of fates. Feel free to shoot, Cumrag. I'll do it myself.
All too easy.
Look at that. That's what they hired me for, boys.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Okay, that seems relatively a good idea. Oh shit, we got more to fight. Oh no. Oh well, are these our soldiers?
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Alright. Well, I'm guessing they're the soldiers that should have been here doing their jobs. I might have to give them some summary punishment for such an affront to the God Emperor of arriving so late. Now, if you're wondering why my voice is sounding a bit out of whack, it's because I'm desperately looking for my phone to set a timer. Because in the previous video, I forgot, and I have no idea how long the recording is. So we are opening my phone as we speak. We are activating the stopwatch. Although there's like a massive, there's like There's like an emergency going on, and I'm just sort of chilling here, just enjoying. The Tarantula.
It appears to be a funeral for a tarantula.
Sentry gun, or tarantula, as normal people would say. Constructed with the blessings of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you can get a standard template construct. See, that's what I mentioned about like when they like print things from Forge World, they need an STC to do so. So like, there was a time where there was 2 guardsmen found an STC for a type of knife. And also it was a knife, but it was such a good knife that they were given 2 planets to rule over, because it was such an important thing. The Lehman Russ battle tank reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor, first to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Vortesh Chutun. Looking very nice, I'm sure it...
I won't tolerate weakness.
Alright. I might have to turn the voice if he's just going to shout at me whenever I'm trying to do stuff. This is a violent alloy which upon closer examination turns to be a handcraft object. Symbols carved with a primitive tool are visible on the surface. That's not ominous. Oh, let's play a game called Most Ominous Rock. A black shard resembling obsidian. No. A black shard. Okay, I'll get used to this. Black shard assembling obsidian. If you look closely, you can discern a strange, barely perceptible glow inside. Oh, that's pretty foreboding. A massive golden amalgam, interspersed with sparkling particles. That's low on the ominous rating. The stone on the pedestal is no doubt solid, but its surface shimmers and changes hues, as if a piece has been captured. A turbulent sea. Oh, that's pretty ominous. A strange object resembles sea coral. The porous surface is pitted, a sign it's been underwater. I hate things like that. I find them disgusting, like underneath mushroom gills and things like that, or like living substances. Oh, no, I can't touch them. So high on the ominous rating. A grey-green crystal with white veins. A low hum can be heard coming from inside the artifact. Alright, let's keep this going. Nice of you lads to turn up, by the way. What's he got? What do you have to say? Your lordship, do not worry, all threats have been eliminated. It's absolutely safe here. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Alright, let's head. Look at this. This is where
None shall stand in my way.
Isn't that lovely? It doesn't seem like the certain emergency is too much of an issue. Services seem to work fine. Now that looks like a tech priest. So glory to the Omnissiah, giver of knowledge. They basically replace their body parts with
I'll lay claim to the
with
stars.
augmetics, effectively, to become closer to the machine god. Oh, is this going to be me? That is simply irrational, lady. Oh, that's not. Oh shit. Oh, is that my relation? In the bottom right hand corner, because I want to know how related. So that's a simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Oh, is he the guy that I'm dealing with? Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation, no worse than my censure would have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Aeon Grand Theft Auto 5 Ethelred? Well, that's 4, I believe. Survey the room. Your first impression of Ethelred, who appears to be 30 years old, and is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, face twisted by a slight tic, and jerky movements are all sign of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In contrast to Edelfrad, Theodora von Valancius features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Fine ass. I mean, head raised high, proud posture, hands clapped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelfrad. Between the two of them you see 2 more men. One is a grey-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of a data slate. It's like an iPad. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters, baldricks containing all manners of weapons. Our second candidate has joined us. The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodora. The road trader is both looking straight at you and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive. Borin, approach and give me your answer. Oh, skill test. So like what it will do is it will look at my stats and see whether I pass certain barriers for certain conversation limits. For example, I know enough about the law and I know enough about the warp and Xenos to have these options available to me. Whereas with another character, I wouldn't. So consider this hypothetical situation. Aeon Grand Theft Auto 4, a new world on the fringes of the Cronus expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits, and that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you may say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what will you do with this poisoned treasure? Now, I could go with the sort of the Xeno, which is spirits could well be named for a dangerous alien. I first verify that is indeed the case if the Potron engaged in the Xeno worship. Number 2, which is the warp. There are ways to confirm what's happened in AR4 as witchcraft or not. It might cost several cycles to do so, but it will give us the answer. I'm a former commissar. I would continue sending in more people. Reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy, however, I must put the interests first. Aeon 4 must be purged for the good of the Imperium. So I think I would go with... See, I think I'm just going to go with the... It says, you will lose codes for traversing minefields. What is that? 100%. Okay. I don't want to lose that. That doesn't sound good. But it's in my character and I think I would do it. Now, I feel like she wants me to put business first. However, I am my own man. And Borin is an Imperial Commissar. So I feel like I would investigate them first. So all spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify is indeed the case, and if the population of Aeon Grand Theft Auto 4 engages in Xeno worship. Reasonable and prudent, however, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavour. Edelfrad scoffs. Oh right, okay motherfucker. What are you gonna say? Alright, I'm gonna give him a shitter voice.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with a myriad of horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you, Borin, are simply unaware of their existence.
No, I could hit him with the, I gave you a straight answer. We are both the God Emperor, does it? I find your tone disagreeable. Shut your mouth. I feel like the shut your mouth, the political way of saying it is this. I find your tone disagreeable, Edelfrad. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or you will live to regret the consequences.
Well, I find your company disagreeable, Borin.
Oh, wow, what a sick burn.
Yet I am forced to endure such...
Edelfrad. Theodora's tone renders him silent. I believe I gave you an assignment to the ship. Explain to me, then, why my senior conjugator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding into the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments within his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a...
Oh, what a fucking bitch.
was such a profound effect on me that I forgot the time.
Edelfrad bows ceremoniously and takes his leave without sparing you another look. Well, I hate him already. Theodora gaze follows him as he leaves and she turns to you. So, Borin, why are you here? Was it not you who said for me? You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Well, I was Sweet Home Alabama-ing, but now I'm not so sure. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lick-spittlery,
compulsion to please, I value none of these. From the moment my envoys came to you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Fyodor von Valancius Massio of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of God Emperor of humanity. My rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic, the warrant of trade kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine whether whatever I find past these bounds of the unexplored void. Every world I discover, along with these, all there is there to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could ever dream of amassing. And you, Borin, are one of those with the von Valancius blood in their veins, and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
One of? Does that mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelfrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Can I just relentlessly shit-talk him? Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the warrant of trade. Nevertheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Fyodor sighs and looks away pensively for a brief moment. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times become too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Voigtgear served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you.
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nevertheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids to using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can't be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtgear's performance in his role is satisfactory, or it used to be, at least.
Okay.
If you are satisfied by Edelfrad, then what sense is there having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not quick to resign themselves to circumstances and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelfrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may well prove invaluable here in the Coronis Expanse. Once you were a Commissar of the Imperial Guard, a political officer who was not afraid to face his death or to send his underlings to theirs. Resolve, faith, implacability, all of it gives one a unique perspective when presented with a situation where a less steadfast individual could falter. Trust me, your future holds plenty of situations where your commitment to your duty or your house's interests will be one of your strengths.
Moreover, Fyodor inclined her head.
Your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in service of the von Valancius dynasty, so much the better.
Says, I'm ready to take on this sacred purpose.
Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have my doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Okay, well, thanks for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? Better questions.
The vox affixed to Fyodor's attire suddenly comes to life, but all you can hear is unintelligible noise. Fyodora winces, shuts off the transmission, and gives you an imperious nod. I have some things to do before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Okay, I'm not going to be a dumb idiot and ask of these basic things.
Then an incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servants went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during the maintenance.
Or could it be the warp playing tricks on us, despite the Gellerfield? Now, Gellerfield, folks, is the sort of bubble that surrounds the ship to stop demons from entering the ship when they're going through the warp. And if you want to know what the warp is, it's basically hell incarnate in like a hell reality. And to travel through space, you tear a hole in it, you go in, you tear a hole on the way out, and you pop out. Now, does that mean you're always going to arrive where you want to, or in some cases when you want to? Like you could arrive somewhere before you ever left. Like the reality doesn't matter inside the warp, and it's a navigator's job to A, navigate through it, and B, the Gellerfield's there so we don't all die horribly. Oh, Abelard, the grey-haired officer. He's got his own picture, so I'm guessing he's important. So I'll give him a voice. Look cautious to people. It says, Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to repeating idle rumours spread by the uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisers.
She turns to you.
This ship is thousands of years old, and has enough nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartment to make ignorant folk speak of spectres dwelling inside the bulkhead, and plotting against those who yet live.
So, what are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel, and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you, as I did for Edelfrad, but until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Where is your ship headed, ma'am?
The Rekad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and, well, rivals. Beside me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps one day you will assist House Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendour. I set course for Rykad on the demand. Theodore grimaces and gives you a stern look and then shrugs. For a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you for this purpose, but now is not the time.
I'm not going to be a fucking suck-up.
My gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways to prove myself.
I have no more questions, ma'am.
In that case, I shall head to. Theodora Vox awakens once more, and this time you pick up shouting. The Lord Captain freezes, listening to the Voxcast, and then nods and draws her weapon. Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Sensual, if the need arises, protect the new blood. She glances at you. It is possible that you have a chance to prove your worth, may present yourself sooner than it may have anticipated.
Oh shit, here we go. Now, I am getting startling cramp in my leg. So not only am I battling what looks like a mutiny, I'm also battling acid in my muscles.
Take a knee and bow before me.
I'll bleed you dry.
Okay. Alright, we got the... So I don't have any party members, so these are just allies, I think. Kill them. Well, I hide. Alright, fair enough. She is the boss.
One fewer target.
Oh shit, Abelard. He's a fucking monster.
Ha! Death to the heretics!
Miss. Now you very much recognise this type of combat. It strikes me as very much XCOM. And I... big fan. So yep, we got half cover, full cover. This is XCOM. Let's be a little baby and hide. And I'm going to shoot at this guy. Now I don't know how far the... whether it counts me as being flanked by this guy. But I guess we'll just sort of figure it out as it comes. I'm just going to deal with the first guy. Get wrecked. Now, it said I performed 500 critical attacks. That's cap. Because I've only played the first part of the intro. Oh, potential. No, we're good. Now, I'm going to need Mort to ball out here. because if he's got a flamer, he needs to pull it out. I want to know what weapon she's got. I'm like, job well done. Good work, team. Theodore waves her hand, commanding gesture.
Maud, take your team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single horse survive.
The rotator turns its eye to you.
Didn't bat an eye when that
when that scum burst onto the deck. Oh, I think I missed every shot, but, you know, I appreciate you not paying attention.
Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by a position makes them much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of the warp travel.
She looks at the Vox in her hand, and all we can hear is Cyphers.
What are your orders, ma'am?
She breaks eye contact with you.
Maud has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go over and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. Be quick about it.
Yes, ma'am.
It's about time.
Find the Arch-Militant. Sure. Alright, we have some agency. Look at this. Oh, shit. It's popping off.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Alright, yes. Oh. There's more. I don't know, should I give him the... Oh, jeez, Rick. I just burned a dude.
It's like, Morty. You can't burn him, Morty.
Alright, that's my impression. I hope you liked it. Oh, it's, fucking Cumrag.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Oh, he's on hot time, eh, Conrad? The moment we... I'm not going to do it. The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You should set your chrono on it. Conrad pointedly looks away from the Arch-Lieutenant.
Maud, pull yourself together.
What did the Lord Captain send you, Chivy, along? We're all done here. I'll report right away. Mort pulls the Vox from his belt and hurries along to report the situation. Oh, well, no need. I can't help but feel that her hair looks like two ball sacks. It's really ruining my sweet home Alabama vibe.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent, the Vox Master is not responding, armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my Arch-Militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness, or have some of my crew lost their minds, forgotten whom they are, and whom they serve? Report. I have yet to receive word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield favours. But communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. Volkir pauses. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Said,
A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed. Execute the traitors, every last one of them.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure, and I have both means to do those things at once.
Her expression changes and her eyes flash ominously.
Edelfrad, where is he? I must know he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself than others, than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
That's what I said about the psyker can open up a portal if they go mad and, you know, they lose it a bit.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements that he arrived on transitional deck 18. Blast it. Master of Whispers, find Edelfrad immediately. Sensual, locate Schlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study, and it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way. Borin, she glances at you thoughtfully.
If I'm... wrong voice.
If I may, Lord Captain. Volkir's voice is soft and cautious. Transitional 18 is at the heart of disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelfrad back, I could use some support. After all, I am not as adept at confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Arch-Militant. and taking into consideration Edelfred's psychic powers.
I'm assuming she just said, get a move on. I don't know if I double-clicked that on accident.
Then it's settled. Borin, find Edelfred and bring him here, in whatever state you find him. This elevator, she points at the massive doors, leads to a restricted compartment, such as my personal chambers in the bridge. Do not let me down. I require both of you. Do you understand?
I hear and obey, Lord Captain.
Then move out. Mort, come on. We're going to my room for some freaky time.
He's like, oh jeez, Theodora. She's gonna put my hip out again. Alright, me and my boy.
Are you ready to head to 18? It's a long walk, and you do not have even proper gear.
Yeah, kit me out, my G.
I shall make do. Lead the way.
Of course you will. He rummaged his pocket for something. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely as one of her heirs, but that is no longer relevant.
With a pop and a sharp trackle. Oh, you motherfucker. Hits you in the abdomen. You're obviously most suspicious guy in the world has just stabbed me, I assume.
You fool! You should never have trusted me. Listen to my voice. I promised you a special destiny, Borin. It is time to fulfill it.
Have I just been mugged? Have I just had the London experience?
Give me your shoes, brethren.
You know the video where the guy's like, he's like, give me your shoes, man. And he's like, no, why, man, why? And then someone did like a British version where he's just like, empty the contents of your pantaloons. He's like, for what purpose? For what purpose? Alright, Splicey.
Why are you disrespecting me, bruv? My mistake, original gangster. No, this cannot be forgiven. Now empty the compartments of your pantaloons. For what purpose? And discard of your footwear as well. For what purpose?
That's something for future me to deal with. Yeah, I've just been a dickhead. Right. If I get...
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
I'm going straight hostile.
Void gear, you two-faced scum. You're the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
See, when I met up with him, I toyed with the idea. I was like, you know what? He's not Cumrag. He seems cool. He's back to Cunrad. He is permanently Cumrag. There's no way he can ever escape this fate. I don't care if he's got a terribly sad backstory. He is Cumrag for life.
We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind.
So
you will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
So why are you doing this? I have no intention. I will help you. Absolutely not. Will you let me join you? Absolutely not. I'm going straight with,
what is it, inbred?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, fond Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me, but you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Ooh, I got coercion succeed.
What sorry prophetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy? You sordid, wretched piece of grog shit.
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Wow, okay.
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench von Valencia's watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Skill tests invite along. Okay. So the blade flashes in the dim light and drops appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous. Your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers began to flood your mind. More and more sourceless echoes for each other, drowning out your own thoughts and replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Fight the voice in your head. Get out, I'm not your puppet.
Well, damn. Bitch, you guessed it!
The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you step toward the gates looming in the center of the chamber. Oh shit. Sorry, Theodora. The lean made me do it. In the gateway arch you see a cogitator. It's kind of like a sort of like a computer, I guess, more or less. Oops. There's a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of his eyes lighting up in the tech use. Examine the device. Succeed. You carefully inspect the design of the gate, cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used for the material of this machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some sort of archaeotech relic, which is like old technology. The servitor in the gate begins to move. With screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light, and the vidscreen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Votegear wounded you with the blade did not go away. On the contrary, their voice coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere deep inside the depths of your mind. Firstly, I'm going to look for anything to use as a weapon. You look around hoping at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Examine the sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Alright, guess I'm putting my hand inside. Place your hand into the Sentinel's maw. The Sentinel's jaw clamps around your hand and puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vidscreen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass and the Sentinel's jaw remains closed. You are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this had ever.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Thank you, Alexa bot. You do not understand where this voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel, the cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yeah, I need some assistance. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem that the entity called in your consciousness does not have the ability to do any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Hell yeah, brother. You got the First Amendment down here in this cheek clapper. The ship.
That guy who kicked me, I hope he gets absolutely smoked. That turret was pre-firing. Oh, hell yeah.
Well, there is still another way.
Yeah, get out of here, loser. Me and Alexa bot have handled things. Check the
Follow my lead.
Check the warrant chamber. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That because they said oh the Imperial warrant was given by the Emperor, and I was expecting like a little scroll. No. That's fucking awesome.
Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade, and bestow upon ye, blah blah blah, paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity. You walk bravely and first into darkness, to unite and claim what has been lost. Okay, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness.
Nice. Ooh, is this a...
Escort the child of the house to
It's
safety.
Alexa bot.
What madness is happening here? Who are ye? And who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Nice. I don't know if I have a gun or not.
I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
In the place of the mechanical screeching, the server skull's Vox projects the voice of Theodora von Velasius, distorted and ridden with static yet barely recognizable. Vox Master, restore communication for the Navigator Sampton. I'm trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable.
Not nice.
Unable to establish two-way connection.
Nice.
I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Server scroll goes silent, its relay is clicking. Second after second passes, you realize the server scroll will not answer you. Let's get out of here.
Leave me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Nice. I have a quest.
Victory awaits.
So I guess I just gotta get the fuck out of here. Seal the warrant chamber. Nice.
Master, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voigtgear is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of his plan. Or he is clearly serving the unholy gods of the warp.
Yeah.
Serving the gods of the warp? Kunrad is a heretic. Oh, Voigtgear, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
Voigtgear openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind this mutiny.
Saint's blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels.
Me too.
But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here.
Let's go. Right, so he needs to heal me, I think, even though I'm kind of fine. This has been episode 2. I hope you've had a good time. The next objective for episode 3 is to beat the fuck out of Cumrag Voigtgear. Is this in the proper objectives? No, but it will be. Bye!